What's going on, traders? How is everybody doing? I hope you're enjoying the Memorial Day weekend. Of course, markets are closed on Monday and Friday. We had quite the moves in the market. The S&P 500 here, the spiders up 1.30%, final print being 420.02. And what a breakout here on the day before Memorial Day. Nice trend day, lacking a little bit of follow through towards the afternoon, but but great day for the bulls. And we are starting off here on the daily chart. Of course, we're going to look at a couple of different things. But before we get into it, if you are enjoying the content that I am providing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. That really helps us with the algorithm. And would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section, whether you think we are going lower, higher, sideways. Love to hear that input as well. And of course, this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And lastly, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that way, when you're subscribed, you'll know exactly when we post a new update about the markets. So we're looking at the daily here, of course, and we have broken out of the range again very nicely. And we are coming to the top of this megaphone pattern that we have been watching. Actually, I'm going to extend this just a little bit. But we are reaching very close to the top again, so we want to watch out as we start to get to the upper limits here, and we have to see how price reacts. But futures did open up higher on Sunday at 6. We opened up about, well, at one point we were up about 25 points, but now we have sold off just a little bit, so we are still in the green, but right now currently sitting around 42.25, excuse me, about 12 points positive. But let's watch to see, how this acts out. You can also see here we had this type of inverted head and shoulders kind of pattern going on, and then we gapped up and then nice continuation higher. So let's look at the other chart that we normally start off on here. And we were talking about that potential long, right, off this trend line. How many times has this been defended? And we didn't quite get there, but pretty damn close for a nice risk to reward here on a long setup here on the 24th. And boom, 410 up $10 since that potential long entry there that we were talking about. So quite a move for the bulls. And very impressive. So far, the buy the dip theme has continued. And, we were talking about that little retracement before. We did get that. And now we're basically right back at these equal highs here. So potential double top area coming into another, back into this area where I originally had taken that short trade for a retracement. So it will be interesting. Markets, I think futures will be open on Monday. They are open currently right now as of me recording this on Sunday night, but it will be a short day. So but all the rest of the markets are closed. So if you are trading futures, I would suggest not even to trade at all. To be honest, to go enjoy the long weekend, or if you are trading, keep it very small and light, just to make sure that you protect yourself from anything. I'm not really expecting too much. All right, well, so with that being said, another thing I did want to point out here that I am looking at is this type of ascending triangle pattern that we have been forming here on the daily chart. And you can see here's the low, higher low, and we're coming back up now into this area where we could potentially see a bigger breakout, right? And we are watching this potential gap fill that we've been talking about for a couple of videos. And if we certainly get over and fill this gap, then we'll probably be looking for higher prices. We still were talking about that that 425 area as a possible target for the bulls, especially if this holds out. Weekly chart holds up, excuse me. Weekly chart, same type of situation. No need to look at the monthly yet, but again, we are just, everything is pushing up higher. And the only thing is, value area high here, at least on the weekly, has got plenty of room. Let's just go back and because this is a 3-year, let's just look at the 1 year just to see where it is. And it looks like here, at least, we are above a value on this weekly, yearly chart. So that is definitely something that we want to watch out for and keep in mind as we extend out of that value area. And Momo getting real spicy here up on the weekly. So there are certainly some warning signs still in the markets for types of retracement, and we don't know, if the market is going to be able to push higher. But the main thing, I will be watching is this 417 area. If bulls can hold that, and we'll come actually a little bit deeper into the price action. Hold on here. As we move higher, but until we break these key levels, right? We really can't have a confirmation of a bear case. So there's no reason to really think about at least any size in shorts until we start to crack these key levels, and we'll go over some more of those here in a second. But we certainly have this ascending triangle trying to form, trying to break out, and we were looking at it on the daily as well. On the yearly daily, we are again above value. So it is very, very interesting up here. But at least on the Momo, we still have plenty of room to the upside, at least on this chart. That is worth noting overall. But we'll have to see. As this transpires into Tuesday and the end of the month of May. All right, so let's look at things a little bit closer now. Okay, and actually let me... Now here on the hourly, and let's pull up a little bit better here. So, here up on the hourly, we are pretty much at the top of the volume profile. So, again, it's quite extended. Are we above value? No, we didn't close above value high. We did hit that for 421 area that I was talking about on my Twitter yesterday, that if we started to get over that 32.6 retracement, that I'd be eyeing that, and just at the end right at the close, we finally did tag it. But unfortunately, we did not do that, in the normal session. So and right now, futures seems to be selling a little bit more here, which is very interesting. We did open up quite higher, but they're trying to fill that gap, possibly to the downside here. So this is interesting to watch. So let's see how that plays out in the Globex session. So that will be interesting. But yeah, so unless we really start to, and let's see here just quickly. Okay, 4-hour definitely above a value as well. But let's see, how the markets react on Tuesday. We still have debt ceiling. I heard some stuff. I've been kind of, disconnected from social media. I did see some stuff that they made a deal on the debt ceiling. Could it be a sell the news type of situation? Maybe, but we'll have to see how that transpires. Really, here, what I'm going to be watching for is if we can hold this area. So we want the bulls at least, want to be able to hold. And why is this not activating here? Okay, we want to be able to hold this area, 419. This would be the immediate area that they are going to want to be able to hold above this 419. We'll call it 60. As long as they can hold that, we still have a better chance of pushing higher. I mean, the Bears really have a lot of work to do to start to make a case for that retracement. But this is definitely the first zone that the Bulls are going to want to see hold. So we'll call it 419.50. And then after that, let's see if they're able to hold this zone right in here. Okay, these are going to be the main areas. And we could really even say the top of this candle here. Normally I would probably, say, oh God. Normally I would say something like this would be, so 417.50 we could call it. But last, and that's pretty much where, I would say, but last line of defense would be this high here, which is around 417.40. So we could say 417.50 to 417.40. 418 definitely under this would be a warning sign. But that would be a better confirmation. If bears can get under that, then we're likely to see more retracement back down, potentially back down to the opening price, and then maybe we'll come into the 419s. But I'm going to pull out the fibs here in a second as well. But what can the Bulls look at, right? Okay, so say we push higher, we get over this 421, over 421.50, and starting to see some nice closes over 420. 422. All right, then we can start looking at those upper targets that I was mentioning earlier, up towards filling that gap, 423, 425 area. That would be my next ultimate target to the long side. And let's see if they are able to do it here. You can see here 425. We start getting some hourly closes over that. Well, and then in that case, we're looking for 430 up in this zone would be the next major target, 429.50. Somewhere up in here, but we're going to need to see some solid closes over that 425, and then we can look higher. So we'll have to see. Again, 420 is going to have to hold in those other areas that we're talking about, but even if we pull back to, again, 413, this can definitely be supported right here, 413.45. That can be supported and just push us up higher. But under that, okay, then we can start to see some real selling under, but that 418 certainly that we talked about would be a warning sign for the Bears, or excuse me, for the Bulls, and then breaching this 413, 416.25 probably is going to lead us back down to these value area lows. So that's what we'll be watching for. But it'll be nice to see if we can form some type of base on the bids, building up in this general area, and then push higher. But as I was saying, from that macro picture, we have to be careful because, we are very extended from value on multiple time frames. We had quite the rally. And, when we open up on Tuesday, really, one of my least favorite days to trade on Tuesday is basically a Monday. And we had a huge trend day. So we're likely to see consolidation price action, a little bit trickier price action with less follow through. So let's be careful of that on Tuesday and make sure that we are playing defense as far as that is concerned. So let's look at our fibs really quickly before we really start to wrap up here. And we've been watching this swing low and swing high now for a little bit. And oh God. Hold on. Okay. And so, besides, and we were talking about this in the last video when we started to see that retracement, right? We were talking about the retracement, that blow off when we got up here, we came back up. But what were we talking about? This big 416 area, right? 416.88, 417. Okay, if this starts to break, then we're going to likely see more selling. And as we were talking about before, getting under 417 would likely bring us back down and keep us in the range and bring us back down to the 32 the 38.2 extension around 1440s. Okay, so we will watch out for that as well. But yeah, so we've got a short week ahead. And so let's be careful. I hope everybody had a great week and having a great holiday long weekend with family and friends. Good disconnect from the markets. But either way, let's see how this develops. Again, Tuesday, I'm not going to be interested in doing much. Going to just really watch price action. But we've got our levels that we want to look at. We've got our bull plan, our bear plan, and then all we need to do after that is react to price and go on. So, all right. I hope everybody has a good rest of the holiday and take care.